Yo, yo. Can you hear me? It's a little dark in here. Let me. I can see the light still. Much better. I'm gonna move that. Are we recording over here? Alright, we live. What's going on, people? It's the Cock No Dash from the Ola parking lot, man. And I'm just here talking about shit that's going on social media. Oftentimes I just be kind of scrolling sometimes, and some things, what I'm saying, get to you a little bit. Other things kind of just like, what I'm saying, you scroll past it because you don't really want to invest your energy in certain things. But sometimes, what I'm saying, things actually grab your attention. Y'all good over there? Y'all good over there? All right, cool. Actually, I'm gonna go to my stories. I got a good one to start with some good vibes. How's everybody doing? How you feeling? Um, I know this is totally unnecessary, but I'm gonna say it anyway. Shout out to Earn Your Leisure. Love their podcast. I love their financial revolution. They're gauging and moving around. All right, so I'm looking at this. What's the name? I went on Instagram earlier. Um, Father's Day is around the corner, literally 2 days from today. It's gonna be Sunday, and I was scrolling and I ran into this man named Mr. Jason Wilson. I'm not sure if y'all familiar with him. I think he teaches self defense. Um, but he basically had a bunch of fathers doing exercises with their sons. He did one where he had his son on his back doing push-ups, and he was talking to him, and he had him like burn out. He had him do push-ups until he burnt out, and then after that, he had, what I'm saying, he had. I'm looking at it and now, wow, he had this man fighting up against him so he could reach his son. It was dope. You know what I'm saying? Definitely an emotional situation, and I liked it just because it kind of, not even kind of, it shows you like what your duty is as a father, what I'm saying, as a dad, as a person that's responsible for another life, especially over the life of a young black man, right? um it kind of hit home a little bit, right? Just to share some stuff with y'all, we still have, I had an experience not too long ago. My stepfather died, and we definitely had an interesting relationship. When his funeral came, when I found out he hit about his past, and it was like, it definitely was unexpected, and I felt honestly like I didn't know how to feel. And in the midst of that, in the last couple of weeks, months, I've been kind of like trying to look for my actual father, and not getting no luck with that. But anyway, so I went to my dad's funeral and my stepfather's funeral, and I was running into people, and they was kind of telling me how, what I'm saying, he talked about me, this, that, and the other, and it was interesting to me because we never really talked. You know what I mean? And but I was glad I went, and I ended up talking to people that I hadn't talked to over 25 years. Yes, I'm that old. Um, and they just reassured me that he cared about me and everything. Even like to go back a little bit and rewind, I remember I was on Instagram the other day. I was looking at the Wall Street Trapper, talking about Wall Street Trapper. Shout out to the Wall Street Trapper. He was talking about how he was going through something with his father. You know what I'm saying? And his father was kind of on his deathbed, and he was like, man, his father won in his life, his whole fucking life, basically. You know what I'm saying? He was like, he had 30 years of unanswered questions. And it was like, I felt the same way. You know what I mean? I wasn't necessarily mad, but I didn't know how to feel. I don't even like going to funerals, of course. But I went, and one interesting thing that really stood out to me is my stepdad's actual father. I mean, his actual son got up and spoke, and he said, "Man, don't be sad, don't cry, don't do none of that. This is a celebration." And it was kind of like cool, but then he kind of like got into like all the things that that he did for him and how he pushed and you know what I'm saying he made him do things, you know what I'm saying, which I like rocking with that. And that's when I knew what was really bothering me about the situation. It was like I didn't have that, you know what I mean? I was not jealous of this man, but it was like I know that was a missing part of what I have been going through for like all these years, you know what I mean? And I'm not going to like really, you know what I'm saying? I'm not here to bash him or talk shit about him, but going to that funeral and hearing what I heard absolutely confirmed that my life would have been different if my stepfather was there, or even my real dad. I know less about my real father than my stepfather, but I just found it interesting. You know what I mean? That if you feel a way about people that you care about, and you telling everybody else you care about them, then why isn't it showing up in the person that you say you care about? And now that I kind of sit back and think about it, it's kind of why I'm like nonchalant, not even nonchalant, but why I don't invest my wholeness into a lot of things. And it's scary and it's fucked up, but I don't want to be this way. I go step further and say I had a conversation with my therapist, and my therapist kind of said something like that. I see things in my life now happening to me that reminds me of the absence of what I didn't have back then. And every time it happens, I kind of shut down and I push it away. And I know that's the source. Another thing that sparked in my mind about this whole thing was I don't necessarily have all the answers and stuff for from my mother, if I could be quite honest and be transparent about it. It's not me trying to drill her or ask her questions or you know what I'm saying, like just digging, but there are so many things that I don't know that I don't have any answers to, and um, it's just wild to me. It's just wild to me. This thing is about like really figuring it out on your own, and really like pushing to do your best. And at the end of the day, I know that you know what I'm saying. Old. I'm old at this point, but I can't help but to, I can't help but to think like, what would have been if I had this person here with me, you know what I'm saying, growing up. I feel like it definitely would have affected my relationships with women differently. Even with my homies, with my male friends, I think it would have changed that. I think it would have changed a lot of things. But I'm not here to make excuses, but I have feelings, man, and I have a heart. And I'm like, man, it did something to me. And it did not just to my heart, but to my head. It made me think. Um, but with that being said, man, like I do all I can. I do everything to pour into my daughter because I don't want her to have that absence. I don't want her to have that thing that I felt like I was missing. Even if I wasn't, you know what I'm saying? I love my child. I love her so much. I want to see her, you know what I'm saying? And I, you know what I'm saying? I pour that into her. So I like what do y'all feel about that? Do you have a good relationship with your father? Do you feel like the relationship was affected with the your father? Are you just with your dad, or are you just with your mother? Do you just talk to your dad? Like, what is your relationship, and does it affect? I know having two people in the household is heavily effective. Two people that you know what I'm saying that pour into you, and but that don't necessarily mean that somebody's gonna turn out dope, you know what I'm saying? But it's just a higher probability, especially when they're functioning together. But how do y'all feel about that? How do you maintain? I know I said I was gonna talk about this other stuff. Oh well, actually I was. It segued into this whole situation. But I don't want to wrap y'all up too long, man. I just wanted to. That was like one of the things that was real heavy on my heart that I felt like I needed to like let off my chest. I don't know. I would just say this. All these feelings and all these things that we go through, whether it's pain, happiness, you know what I'm saying, monotone, melancholy, even, you know what I'm saying. There's always something that you could pull from it and kind of flip into a good situation and I think it's about just finding a creative way to turning that into something dope. And that should be your superpower. Really like sitting down and tapping. I want to send love and I want to send encouragement um, to everybody that has their people involved. You know what I'm saying? Whether they together or separate, like being involved as a family period is dope. I actually just did a photo shoot. This is the last thing I'm gonna talk about, but I'm gonna let y'all go to that. I just did a an event for a retirement, and like these situations, like these photo shoots or these shoots where I do events, they definitely like just open up. And I'm saying this coming from a person who's like shooting, right, like a photographer's perspective. Like you get to see how these people actually care about, you know what I'm saying, the person that they're celebrating, the person that they're there for, right? This is a retirement for a dad. The daughter hired me to take the pictures, of course. You will too. But man, they pour into these people, man. Is they spend the time you can like see and read the emotions in these people when they're actually like investing time and planning these parties and just wanting to show their appreciation for people, man. And I think that's like one of the dopest things you could do, man. It's like yes, they're being a community, not even they're being a family, and you know what I'm saying, doing anything, but it's just like being able to see the unspoken love and compassion and the way they express themselves between closeness and you know what I'm saying, just organic conversation and just being around people they love. You can see and feel the difference. And as a photographer, I can capture those moments, and I see them all the time. And I recognize them. So I just always encourage like love and positivity, even when it's hard, when it's dark. You know what I'm saying? When it's tough times, even when it's I'm sorry, even when it's like outside sources and shit like fucking with you. Um, I just encourage you to stay positive, man. Happy Father's Day for real to all the fathers out there. Y'all don't have a week. Like, sometimes it's like it's not understood how important of a role it is. And I know, you know what I'm saying, well, for a person like me, it kind of got to a point where I was like, fuck it, I don't need this person, you know what I'm saying? But the reality is I did. And even at this age, I do, you know what I'm saying? I still want to be able to have a conversation with this person that, you know what I'm saying, that I don't know. Anyway, I'm gonna sign off with that. I wanted to just like jump in, man. If y'all have any questions or comments, make sure y'all pull up to the old parking lot. If there are particular topics that you love to talk about that you want to talk about, um, do that, man. But this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna be chopping it up. We're gonna make it do what it do. This ain't the clock, no dust from the old parking lot. Y'all know the motto: one love, one vow. Yo, 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 yo.